just gonna get the apron on. Being official today. Okay, hi everyone. We have a lav mic today on my lapel, which is very okay, hi everyone. The cat won't stop moving, so she's just gonna chill with me here. I am super excited for today's video. We're gonna be talking about the NanoFoamer, which is a super cool tool and Kickstarter that I was recently informed about. I'm really excited to share it with you, but before that, today's video is sponsored by HelloFresh, so let's run that real fast.
Hey everyone, I wanted to thank HelloFresh for sponsoring today's video. Head on over to HelloFresh.com and use my code MorganDrinksCoffee80 to get a total of $80 off across 5 boxes, including free shipping on your first box. In case you didn't know, HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit with fresh, delicious recipes that are delivered right to your front door. With vegetarian, low-cal, and family-friendly options, there's something for everyone, and you can be sure that you'll find the perfect meal plan to fit your lifestyle. HelloFresh also cuts out stressful meal planning and prepping, so you can enjoy cooking and get dinner on the table in just about 30 minutes, or even 20 minutes with their quick and easy option, just like these quesadillas, which I whipped up in about 15. Their pre-portioned ingredients mean there's less prep for you and less wasted food in general, a win for everyone. So try HelloFresh now and use my code MorganDrinksCoffee80 for $80 off across 5 boxes. Now back to the video.
Okay, now that that's done, let's get into it. So I wanted to show you the super cool tool here that is called the NanoFoamer. It's a Kickstarter that's going on right now. They're almost done with all their backing, so I'm gonna have a link in the bio if you want to check it out. Full disclosure, this was sent to me. However, I wouldn't be showing it to you if I didn't think it was super cool. So we're gonna review it and let's get started. So a question I get a lot is how do I make latte art without a machine? This is an espresso machine right here. This is a home machine. This is a Rancilio. It's got a pretty high price point, but it works super well. This is your steam one that is attached. You have your steam valve right here, and essentially what it does is it creates hot steam. Let me purge the wand real fast. But just like that, what you're doing is you're going to be pulling air into the milk, you're going to be heating the milk, and you're also going to be creating a vortex that circulates that air that you've pulled into it throughout the entirety of your milk pitcher, which essentially just creates a really, really nice microfoam in your milk that you can then pour latte art on with. Espresso machines, at least really high quality ones that can produce the right type of milk for latte art, super pricey. And so I get a lot of questions about how to make latte art if you don't have a machine. And there are a lot of solutions online you can find. They have milk frothers, you have small like standing units that'll froth your milk, but a lot of those aren't gonna get the consistency that you need for latte art. So that's what we have here. This is the NanoFoamer. This is specifically formulated and built to make microfoam that you can then pour latte art with, which is super cool. So this is the bag they sent me. It has their logo and name, NanoFoamer, right on top. And these are the pieces that came with it. So we'll unpack this just a second. This is the actual foaming tool right here. We have this, which is actually a wall mount, which I'll show you in just a second. Have a little cleaning tool. And then also we have one of these screens. So this is the NanoFoamer. This is a safety case that it comes with. You can store it really easily in any drawers or anything, but this is it right here. So you have a brand name on the side. You have this right here, which is gonna be the other screen that is included with all the NanoFoamers. And then you can pretty easily pop this main body out, and it's powered by just 2 AA's. Right here you have your button. I will mention that this is also water resistant, so for any cleaning, it's pretty easy to do. This right here is the fine screen. It is the easier of the 2 to use. That's what I recommend everyone start with. It will create very, very nice fine microfoam bubbles for you to use. This one, however, is called the superfine. It has a little bit smaller holes in the mesh, and it will create an even finer microfoam for you to use. So we're gonna show you both of them, and we'll just see how it goes. Okay, now that we have our warm steamed milk in a pitcher, we have our secondary pitcher that I'm gonna pour with. We have 2 shots of espresso and our NanoFoamer. Let's get started. Okay, so like with the steam wand, we're gonna insert and start steaming slightly at an angle, initially starting on top so we can incorporate all that air that we need for this entire 8 ounces of milk. Like with the steam wand, doesn't take too long, so I'm gonna wanna dunk it under, start incorporating. This is the part of the process that's gonna take the longest, so just hang in there. Try to get that vortex. Come on, cat. Try to get that vortex and kind of see all your milk spinning. And keep working it until you see all those big bubbles on top incorporated into the rest of your milk. You should have a smooth, glossy, almost paint-like texture. All right, transfer my milk. As you can see, no big visible bubbles, no visible bubbles on top. We're just gonna polish our milk, so give it a nice swirl, a couple taps, and we should be good to go.
Okay.
And that is pretty dang impressive for just a tiny little tool like this. That's amazing that I was able to get latte art. I will say any of the hand foamers I've ever purchased online that are kind of comparable, I haven't been able to pull that. It does take a little bit of time, and I'm ending with a slightly thicker consistency than I would like to have if I wanted to pour really intricate designs. All in all, that's an amazing option. Let's take a peek at that foam to see how thick it is, and let's take a taste. Okay, so I'm gonna want this foam to kind of coat the back of my spoon. I'm also gonna wanna be able to push it away, have about 1/4 inch of foam, and then be able to see the rest of that milk underneath, so. Really nice layer of foam. We have that good coating on the back. And yeah, that looks pretty great. I'm super happy with that. We're gonna try it one more time, see if we can get a slightly more intricate design, and then we're gonna slip off and try the other screen real fast, which is the superfine screen. I mean, it's delicious. This is about 8 ounces of milk. I did a double shot of espresso, and then I'm using actually 3.8% milk, which I find is my preference. I don't drink whole milk a lot, but I decided to use it because higher fat content is a lot easier to make latte art with, so that's what we have here. Super happy with it. Let's try it one more time, and then let's get to that other screen real fast. All right, we got a much fuller design there. As you could tell when I went in, I was hoping my milk would be a little bit thinner so I would be able to get some more of those like kind of wiggles in there, some of those layers. Wasn't able to get that, but as you can see, this looks like a really beautiful, just buttery, foamy texture of milk, which I'm really happy with. If I got this in a cafe, I would be super happy to drink it. Okay, we're gonna try it once more. This time we're gonna swap out this screen on top for the super fine one. So we'll see if getting that super fine screen on will help us kind of define our milk texture a little better and possibly have a little bit more control over having a slightly thinner milk texture if you want to get a little bit more intricate with your designs. All in all though, my kind of rule is that if I was happy getting this in a cafe, I'm pretty happy with this. And if a barista served this to me, A+, that's amazing. It looks awesome. So I have switched over to the superfine screen on the NanoFoamer. I am giving this a whirl. Just spend some time making sure this is all properly aerated. And we're hoping for that finer texture and consistency that'll get us a lot more detail in our latte art. Okay, cool. I'm looking at this and this looks like it has a really nice texture. Just kind of see. It's been about a month or so since I've officially been a barista. I haven't lost my touch yet, but just like a little bit. All right, polished up our milk, and let's give it a go. Ooh, Morgan is spilling coffee. Okay, so I made a little bit of a mess. This is my first time using the superfine head. So let's look at this for a second. Okay, so if you come in a little bit closer, you can see there are just overall a lot less visible bubbles. I mean, you have a couple on here, which is just kind of like my own fault. If I was paying a little bit more attention, I probably would have been able to knock a lot of these out. However, for the most part, you have this super nice, solid consistency over the top. No massive bubbles for the most part. It looks really buttery. It looks really soft. You're able to get like a little bit of like kind of striations over here. And with some honing in, I think this could work super well. So I'm gonna give it one more shot, I promise. Just one more shot. We're gonna try not to spill. We're gonna try to learn from what I did before, try to fix up some of these mistakes. And yeah, so far so good though. Okay, so this is our second try here. What I'm gonna do is try to incorporate a little less air initially. I think that was my overall problem, is I'm just pulling in too much air in that first aeration. We're really gonna focus on incorporating all the air throughout the milk. We'll just see what we get. Again, if I didn't mention it before, I'm using 3.8% milk, so that's a little bit higher fat content than traditional whole milk. I feel it just steams a lot better, and I wanted to give this the best chance it had. It also tastes really good. It tastes like almost like melted ice cream in texture. It's phenomenal. It reminds me a lot of back when I competed in the United States barista competition. There was one round where I used freeze distilled milk, which is when you freeze a gallon of milk and then slowly melt it, and the first thing that melts off are all the sugars and like fat solids off the milk. So you end up with this like ridiculously rich milk that almost tastes like heavy cream, even though it's just like the fat solids of whole milk. And that's what 3.8% milk reminds me of. It's always so tricky with these little hand things. I'm so used to like holding a pitcher against a steam wand. It's a totally different ballpark. I feel like almost any barista would be set back to like kind of ground zero, but with practice, just like anything, you can really get the hang of these little hand foamers. Okay. All right, and actually that is exactly what I was looking. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm really excited. It's been a while since I've been really happy with any of my pours on a machine or not. Okay, so if you take a peek at here at this pour, as you can see, I'm a little off center. I'm a little low in the cup. In an ideal pour, I would have this a little bit just diagonal this direction. However, that aside, really nice base. You have a pretty solid color on the bottom. Up in here, you're starting to see those little striations with the wiggles, which is great. That means you're having a really nice thin enough and yet thick enough. It's this weird little like in-between zone of your milk where you're able to get really solid designs. There's really clear distinction between each layer, which is great. I had kind of a bad draw through there, but that's okay. Overall, I'm super happy with this. You have some bubbles on top, which is just somewhat inevitable, but there's not a lot of big ones. It's not disrupting the pattern. It's not doing any of that. Again, this was made with the superfine screen on the NanoFoamer, which I think is fantastic. It's a little bit trickier to use, I will say. So if you're beginning, if you're new to latte art, I would 100% start off with the fine, get the hang of that. But I'm really happy with this. It definitely takes some practice. I would give it overall a solid like 8 out of 10 on like the coffee equipment zone. The Kickstarter is still running if you're interested in backing. It'll be one of the links near the top in the description, so feel free to head there and check them out. But yeah, I would give this my solid seal of approval. I was really appreciative to receive it, and yeah, I can't wait till next. I guess I'll plug the socials. I'm on TikTok as Morgan Drinks Coffee, Instagram Morgan Drinks Coffee. We're starting up again, 1 video a week on this channel. I know I've said that a couple times before, but it's real this time. So tune in next week and I'll see you soon. Have a great day, everyone.